If somebody told me that I could use just one single trading strategy for the rest of my life, I wouldn't even hesitate. This one strategy has made me consistent money over the last 21 years with very little stress. It's worked more than any other strategy that I've ever tested. It's simple, it's powerful, and yes, you can steal it. Now, before I show you exactly how this strategy works, I need to tell you something very important. This is not about copying my trades. This is about copying the process that I'm going to show you. This is the exact same approach that I use every single day in the markets and have been using over the last 21 years. It's how I spot high quality and high probability trades using two indicators, trend and volume. Now, whether you're a beginner or somebody who has a 9-to-5 job, or even somebody who's struggled with scalping in the past, this strategy is for you. It will work for you. It's built for people who want consistent trades and honestly, that don't want to sit on charts all day long every single day. And if you're watching this and thinking, I just finally want something that works, then this is the strategy for you. Let's get into it. Now, I've tested everything. I've tested scalping. I've tested all the crazy indicators that you've probably heard about. And I just keep going back to this one. It's simple and it's consistent and it's worked over a very long period of time in any market. So let's start talking about these two main indicators that I use. If you look at my chart right here, there's a little bit going on. Let's identify what's happening on this chart to really show you it's really not that complicated. There's not much going on, even though it looks like it. And honestly, this probably looks a lot less than what you've seen out there on YouTube. So let's look at a couple of things. This right here, this is our volume. This is our volume every single day. Each one of these candles is one day. So this would be, let's just call it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Obviously, we're going in reverse order, but I'm just showing you what they are. These volume bars align with exactly what those candles are. Now, what is volume? Volume is what drives the stock market. Volume is the gasoline that goes in your car. If you're trying to drive up a hill, you need gasoline. If you're trying to go up a hill on empty, you're not going to make it all the way up the hill. It's going to be a lot more difficult for you. But if you have a full tank of gas and everybody is rowing the boat in the same direction, you're going to make it to the top of that hill. If you have a boulder right here and you want to push this big boulder up, is it better if you have one person or is it better if you have 100 people that are pushing this boulder up this hill? Of course, you want 100 people. So it's not just that you're having volume there and people participating. It's everybody pushing in the same direction. One more analogy. I say all of these analogies because one of them is going to resonate with you. If you're in a boat right here, is it better if everybody is rowing in the same direction to push the boat down the river? Or if some people are going in this way, some people are going this way, and you're going to go in circles, right? No, it's better if everybody's rowing in the same direction. That's what you're looking for with volume. A lot of people that are pushing, rowing in the same direction. Why? That propels the stock in the direction you want to go. Let's say that we have 100 shares outstanding. Let's look at Duolingo. Let's say there's 100 shares out there. And let's say that 90 of those 100 shares that day, of course, this is a very extreme example, 90 of those 100 shares are bought. What's going to happen to the stock price? Well, it's going to go up. Of course, it's going to go up. You have 90% of people that are buying the stock, 10% are selling. Conversely, if you have 50-50, 50% buying, 50% selling, what's going to happen to the stock price? Well, theoretically, it's going to sit neutral. If you have 90 people selling and 10 people buying, stock price is going to go down. This is how volume works. This is why paying attention to the volume is so important. It's what will drive stocks higher. Now let's go to the trend. The trend dictates everything in trading. If you are able to trust the trend and not worry about what the stock price is doing, you will be a very good trader. And I'm not saying one specific trade. Sometimes it's not going to work for you. Sometimes you might be going and you might be running like this, and then all of a sudden the trend changes on you. But if you do this, if you start buying in the right spot, 100 trades, you're going to do very well for probably 60 of those trades. And the ones that you're not going to do very well on, you're going to rip the Band-Aid off early, not lose that much because we have stops in place for that. So if we're looking at this, we're saying, okay, well, what's going on down here? We have these two red lines, and in between these two red lines is the sweet spot. Trading is all about probabilities. You want to give yourself the highest probability that your trade is going to work out, that you're going to make money. Buying a stock while these two trend lines are running through this area called the sweet spot is going to give you the highest probability to make money. Now, again, listen to what I said. The the highest probability. It's not going to work every time. But if you trust the trend in 100 trades, you're going to do very well. This is the part of the process that I am showing you that I want you to copy. Now let's move over to what these lines are. These lines are our moving averages. This is our 25-day moving average, 50-day moving average, 100-day moving average, 200-day moving average. And what they are is exactly what they sound like. This is the stock's price over the last 25 days, over the last 50 days, 100 days, and 200 days. They play a role in support. They play a role in resistance. It helps you kind of determine where the stock's going to go, what levels of support it needs to hold to go higher, where volume is coming in. I've used a lot of different moving averages. These four are the most consistent and the most important for what I've found for a system that actually works. That's really it. So if you really break down this complicated chart you're seeing candles, 1 day each. You're seeing the volume, 1 day each. You're seeing the trend that is changing every single day. And you have these moving averages. That's really the base of what you need to know to become a great trader. Yes, there are different patterns that once you go through my Trading 101 series and the different videos you're going to see. They are a great way to add to what you're trying to do. They're extremely helpful, but this is the basics. If you can get a good base and a good foundation, you're going to do very well by supplementing in the other things. We have people that have been in the trading community for years at this point, 5, 6, 7 years, and they're trading full time. We have others that are not trading full time, but they are making more than they do in their jobs, in their careers. It's really incredible to see, and it's just based on these simple foundations. So let's walk ourselves through a trade of Duolingo. Why am I talking about Duolingo? Well, Duolingo is reporting earnings very soon. One thing that is a rule for me, I don't trade on earnings. Why? Because this is a perfect example. I didn't even notice this. What happened to the stock price? It was $260 a share. Earnings came out, it dropped to $190. Well, let's look down here. They beat on top and bottom line. If you go and watch CNBC, you would see that they would be all happy because they beat on top and bottom line, meaning earnings per share and revenue. But what happened to the stock price? It dropped significantly. As a matter of fact, this day, it dropped 25.5%. And you would say, well, why? They beat on top and bottom line. Earnings is a total crapshoot. Sometimes they can beat. The forward guidance isn't great to what the market wants to see. Stock price will plummet. You just don't know, so you just avoid it. The worst thing that could happen is you predict something, you make 25%, and you say, oh, I can do that every single time. Newsflash, you can't. Trust me, I've been there. I've made those mistakes. But if we just zoom this chart way out, let's zoom way out. We can see here that Duolingo has had a rough go. That's the first thing about this. It's had a very, very rough go since really COVID. But more importantly, if I come back and let's just draw our line where we're at right now, we can see that, look at all of this. Look in this 2022, right in here. There's a lot of resistance support. What does that mean? Well, you noticed here, the stock price kind of ran up to this current level and it fell back down. And it ran up again and it fell back down. You notice these little peaks that were happening here, meaning that it wasn't able to get through this stock price of, I don't know, let's call it 105, 110, whatever it is. It doesn't really matter. Even here, the stock price, it kind of came down and rebounded off of it. Even back here in 2021. Why am I showing you this? Because it dictates a level of support. So when I see a stock price that's continuously falling, like Duolingo, it's at this kind of 105, 110 price, and I'm looking at it saying, okay, this is probably a pretty good level of abasement. Now, could it go lower? Could it go down here to this next level of 88? Yes, of course it could. But if I'm looking at this saying, all right, I'm going to wait for earnings to pass, which are, today is a Tuesday, earnings are Thursday. So I'm going to let Thursday happen. I'm going to let the crapshoot happen, see what happens to the stock price. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to draw what I would like to see happen. This is how you get good at trading. You go in and you draw what you would like to see, because if you can draw it, if you can teach it, you can do it. So if we look at this, well, what do we want? We want our red and yellow line. Let's say earnings happens. Let's say the stock price doesn't move. Okay. Let's say it just stays right here. Earnings happens. We start moving here into the sweet spot. Red and yellow lines start moving into the sweet spot. I don't know why this keeps deleting, but red and yellow start moving into the sweet spot here. Check. Okay. Let's start saying we have some good buying volume coming in. Remember, we want everybody rowing in the same direction. And if you have a good earnings report, odds are you're going to have people that are going to start buying, or forward guidance is good. People are going to start buying. Check. Then you start seeing what's going to happen with the candles. And if we start making these candlesticks, these kind of engulfing candlesticks that just keep going higher and higher, that is what is going to be our indicator to buy. So the three things, just very quickly, you want to have your red and yellow line in the sweet spot. Remember, the highest probability to make money, followed by good volume coming into the stock, meaning that everybody's rowing in the same direction. And then you're looking for these buy signals, which are these engulfing candlesticks, candles that are higher and thicker than the previous day or the previous high, and take it out. So if you have a candle that looks like this, the next day, ideally, you would have a candle that looks like this. Why? Because it's just as thick and it's taking out the high of that previous day that was right here. And then you could start supplementing in other things. All right, well, if we're going to run this up to the 50-day moving average, we have to be cognizant that we're going to face some resistance at the 25-day moving average. Now, what does it take to get through these moving averages? Answer that question for yourself. Volume. If you have good volume and you have people rowing in the same direction and a lot of people, what is going to push you through this? Think of it as a ceiling. How do you get through a ceiling? Energy, volume, gasoline, whatever it is, electricity. If you're using a saw, you got to get through it. That's what's going to drive you through. Same thing for the 50, same thing for the 100. But if you have volume, if you have engulfing candlestick, if you have trend going in a direction, you're going to be able to make those trades. Now, before I get into how we exit stocks, why does this not work? This doesn't work for a lot of people, and trading gets a very negative connotation. Why? Because I'm finding somewhere on the chart here, and I'm finding what's called an example of a snapback. This is where people follow stock price, not trend. And remember I said, if you trust the trend, you're going to do very well. I'm just going and cherry picking something here. Now, maybe Duolingo is not the greatest example of this, but let's see. You had a stock that was in the sweet spot here. It ran up a little bit. And all of a sudden, let's look, stock price ran up. Great. We were making money. And then this day here, you lost a little bit. You gave away some profits, right? A lot of people would sell in here. For me, I would not sell. Why would I not sell? Because the trend, and this goes into how to exit a stock, the red and yellow line did not dip below that 80% line. You didn't go the other way in the sweet spot, meaning that it's becoming a short. For me, I would have stayed in this because, and the majority of people in my community would have stayed in this because the trend did not reverse. It isn't until the trend reverses. Just because you have a snapback in price doesn't mean that the stock is going to go down. Look what happened in subsequent days. The stock just kept going up. Eventually, the red line dropped below yellow. This was your exit point. That is how you exit a stock. You wait until the red line drops below yellow. I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you very quick. And if this is your first time watching a video like this, or even your second time watching a video like this, you're not going to get it the first time. Don't feel bad. This is all about repetition, just like anything that you do in life. Think about somebody that's playing professional golf. How many millions of swings do you think that they have taken before they hit their first ball on the PGA Tour? A lot. If you're a doctor, think about when you go through your residency and your fellowship and your internship before you even get to your residency. You have to go through a lot of reps to make sure that you are competent and capable to take care of a patient. It's practice, it's repetition, it's doing the same thing with the right process over and over again that's going to make you very good at this. Don't think that you're the only person starting here. I started there and every other person in the community started where you're at right now. Now you may be looking at this saying, okay, well, this is still a lot and it seems like it's something you need to be on your computer all the time for. That is not true. Once you're able to identify these patterns and use these indicators to your advantage, you could work as little as 1 hour a day on this. I probably will check my stocks for an average of 15 minutes per day. And I have great year after year after year performance. We have a lot of people in our community that you can chat with and you can say, guys, how much time do you spend on charts? Some that day trade are going to spend all day on charts, but those that are swing trading and long-term trading, it's not much. It's probably less than an hour a day. That's the beauty of trading this way. You don't need to sit on your computer all day. You don't need to grind. You don't need to drive yourself crazy. The most time you're ever going to spend on charts is while you're learning it. Once you learn it, once you feel comfortable, once you start trading stocks, you're not going to be on your charts as much as you are in your learning process. Now, this strategy is what we use on a daily basis, and we go live 4 times a week to our Patreon community. If you're serious about leveling up your trading, it's something that you've always wanted to do, then this is the time that you need to go deeper. Like I said, we go live 4 times a week. Community members ask questions, help each other, pitch different stocks. You're asking questions directly to me, directly to Bailey, who are answering them and showing you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. It's a great place to be. Trading can be a very, very lonely road. Trust me, I was on that road alone, and you might be on that road alone right now. It's lonely. There's not a lot of places to go out there for reliable information. You have found the place. So try our Patreon for a month. Try it for 2 months. Honestly, what do you have to lose? Give it a shot. It's not much money, and the return will be great if you stick to the process. So if you want a strategy that's going to work, honestly, for the rest of your life, then there it is. Rewatch this video, and most importantly, start practicing it. I'll see you in the Patreon community.